Hi everybody, this is Ruth Nodel, Healing Heart Psychic Services. Today is January 23rd and tomorrow, January 24th at 4:42 p.m. in the afternoon Eastern Time is the new moon in Aquarius. I haven't done a video in a long time and I thought now's the time. Aquarius is the 11th sign of the zodiac. The 11th house represents humanity, friendships, groups, associations, brotherhood, sisterhood, our hopes and dreams. With this time that we're in, the new moon in Aquarius is a very significant event. It is the first new moon of the year 2020, and it is in an air sign. Aquarius is an air sign. It is a fixed air sign. It has to do with friendship. It has to do with freedom. Being an air sign, it has to do with communication, ideas, the higher mind, the sense that we have to be connected to something outside of ourselves. We are part of something bigger. For those people who have a group of association, that could be what you feel connected to, but on a really cosmic level, we are bigger than our egos, and it is opposite Leo, the sign that rules the ego. And when you have a sign opposite another sign, they complement each other. So Aquarius air is about detachment, caring about everybody, and yet not an emotional connection. So it can seem sometimes impersonal. I have known a lot of Aquarians. My father was Aquarius. My friend Mark is Aquarius, who does my website. I love Aquarians. There's a lot in my chart that's Aquarius, and it has to do with the sign. It rules astrology. So Uranus is the planet that rules Aquarius. Uranus is the planet of freedom. We just had the sun in Aquarius square the planet Uranus just yesterday, the 22nd. And Uranus is the planet that rules Aquarius, which rules freedom. So now is a time to think about how you express your uniqueness, because Aquarius also has to do with being unique, expressing your uniqueness. Some of us feel a little bit off the beaten path. I grew up feeling very different. I've always felt kind of an oddball because I started studying astrology when I was 16. And Aquarius does rule astrology. It has to do with things that are of the future. And even though astrology and numerology and tarot, which are all related, is something that goes back thousands of years, but it's always been very futuristic because you can look at the future with it. You can use it as a tool to understand yourself, the people around you, by looking at their stars. You can use it to understand what's going on collectively at this time. I did a chart for the new moon. I think if I show it to you, it's going to look backwards. So here it is for tomorrow. But again, it's going to look backwards. So basically what it's saying is that tomorrow at 4:42 p.m., January 24th, 2020, we have the new moon in Aquarius at 4 degrees. So 4 is a very big number. We're going through a 2020 year, which adds up to 4. There's a lot of numbers that are significant at this time. Astrology and numerology are very related, and so is the tarot cards, which I do all of this. I do astrology, I do tarot, and I use the numbers. So numbers are very significant here. So being that tomorrow is January 24th, it adds up to 6 with the 4 of this 2020 year. You add that plus the month we're in. It all adds up to 11, which adds up to 2. So 11 is a master number. It is a power number. All the numbers, to bring it down to its essence, you have to bring it down to a single digit, and that adds up to 2. So we are in a time of patience, of waiting, of looking at duality, polarity, opposites, complementing each other, difference of opinion, and not to get too political, but we are just in the beginning phase of this lovely you-know-what going on here in America with our government. I am a spiritual astrologer, So I'm going to focus more on the spiritual aspects, but right now it is an important time that people really want what's fair. And Aquarius also rules humanitarianism, justice, fairness. It's an air sign, just like Libra is, and Libra also rules fairness. It's ruled by Venus. Aquarius being ruled by the sign Uranus. Uranus is an eccentric planet. It goes at its own pace. So just know that this time we're in, being that this investigation of our president, the impeachment hearings, is starting when the sun's in Aquarius. It's also right under the sun square Uranus, which was yesterday, which means things are not going to go as expected. So with the new moon, it is a time to really delve into the things that make you unique and how you want to express yourself, as also who you want to connect with in a larger sense, like the people that mean things to you, that share your values, your beliefs, the kinds of friends you want to make. Set your intentions. So Friday, 4:42 p.m., really take time to think about what your place is in the world, how you want to feel connected to the world. How do you want to feel connected? For some people, it's through an organization, a group, through their individual friends, through a group of friends, through their work, through their family, through community. There's always something that we're a part of. Could be your neighborhood, could be, you're politically involved, could be you're in an organization of some sort, you're involved in a group, something that brings you together with others. I also want to read to you something from a book I have called Astrology and the Tarot. Again, it's going to look upside down or backwards, but I've been an astrologer my whole life. I've been studying astrology since I'm 16. I studied with the best astrologers in the whole country when I lived in California for 8 years. I'm very grateful for that. And I have a whole bunch of books on astrology that are very interesting. So I want to read from you a quote on the number 11 in the tarot cards. So the number 11 relates to the card called Strength. The sign Aquarius is the 11th sign. It's in the 11th house. It is humanitarian house. It is going to sound very interesting. Here we go. The astrologer says that the 11th house is the house of friends. This means that it contains those who are with us and that which we have within the limit of our power, because friendly is that which is understood. The forces of nature, which we have mastered, are friendly to us. So you have to understand, this is about the Strength card. It is a picture of a woman opening up the jaws of a lion. And I went to look at what this meant because I knew that astrologically and numerologically and tarot cards are all related. So I looked at the Strength card, which is the 11th card of the tarot, which does relate to astrology. And here's what he says. The forces of nature, which we have mastered, are friendly to us. And this is very well expressed by the woman who is closing the laws of a lion. The latter stands for passion more particularly. She derives this force from the eternal or superhuman, and this is indicated by the luminescence above her head, in other words, the circle of light around her head. In older editions of the card, we find half the symbol for Aquarius as a line of vibration added to it. See, Aquarius is a higher sign. It has to do with the cosmos and being connected to humanity and something bigger and outside of our individual selves, collectively, conscious-wise. Where do you want to connect? What is the consciousness? What kind of consciousness do you want to connect to? In older editions of the card, we find half the symbol for Aquarius as a line of vibration added to it. Viewed from a purely astrological standpoint, it is evident, and that the force to conquer Leo, which is the opposite sign, should be found in the opposite sign Aquarius. Early Renaissance must have seen this in the same way, as we find exactly the same image, only with one difference. It is there a young man, not a woman, a man closing the jaws of a lion in the capital of a pillar in the church of St. Andrew the Less in Vienna, which proves at the same time that the chosen image is not of a very recent date. It identifies with the Hebrew letter Kaf, which he says is a reinforcement of Gemini, so that we might say that it designates the hand of man in the act of grasping strongly. Ideas of strength are therefore applied to this. We should say it is the grip of friendship. What strengthens us is friendship. What strengthens us is coming together as a community. What strengthens us is when we support a cause. I sign a lot of petitions. I may not be in an organization right now that I go to meetings. You don't have to be in an organization. You don't have to show up at meetings, but you have to do something at this time with the new moon Aquarius, especially in the next couple weeks, to feel where your place is in the world. So the strength card represents how we give strength, support each other through the strength of our associations. See, who are you associating with? What are you giving your strength to? Who do you support? What do you care about? So a well-known symbol in many societies of brotherhood consisted of two hands united in a close grip of friendship. It is connected with the mystery of union in all planes, and this also is evident because we are united with what we have mastered and with people who are able to respond to our vibrations. So basically, the point is, notice what you care about. If you care about making the world a better place, find a way to do that, whatever that is to you. Whether it's talking to somebody you normally don't talk to, that you see all the time, smiling at somebody, signing a petition, giving some money to a charity, getting involved in something, just being friendly to people that maybe need some friendliness. It doesn't have to be a big deal. So the point of this new moon Aquarius being at 4 degrees, it's about 4 represents stability, strength, power. What are you working to establish in this coming month? Because we're beginning a new cycle with the new moon. It's planting the seeds of what you want. So at this time of new moon, think about your goals in the area of friendship, freedom, community, society, humanitarianism. What do you value? If you care about a cause, if you care about making the world a better place, you care about connecting with other people who share your values and your interests, not just on a play level, which is Leo, but on a grander scale. Like I personally just went to visit the cats at that SPCA yesterday. That is one of my favorite things to do because I love animals and I don't have any right now. And I love to support organizations that help animals or the environment. So I sign a lot of petitions to help save the environment, to fight for justice, and do whatever you can right now. But I also know that it's important to have real friends and not just the people you see on social media. So get out and connect with people. Do what you can to make real friends. And I'm saying that for myself as well, being that I work from home and I need to get out too. So we all need to find ways to make real friends, make changes in society towards the future, because that's what Aquarius rules. So I want to close this out by saying thank you so much for liking my videos, sharing them. If you're interested at all in a personal astrology reading to see how the stars are affecting you right now, feel free to go and check out my website, healingheartpsychicservices.com, or my Facebook business page, Healing Heart Psychic Services. Give me a call, send me an email, send me a message through Facebook, however you want to do it. But I look forward to hearing from you because I am here as your astrologer friend. So thank you so much for listening and happy new moon. Bye for now.